All right, we are back. Mostly. They mostly come at night, mostly. Or stream at night. All right, I think everything's set up now. I got the link in the description, so if you are already watching this and you're wondering, what mod are you testing, Shack? The link is in the description. So today, I actually just had it open. Let me open it again. We're going to be testing out Rdav's Fleet Command Mark II because it's awesome. It's really freaking cool. I had a little bit of a mess around with it. I haven't fully tested it, but for the little bits that I've tested so far, I am really, really impressed. So ignore the weird green screen behind me. I need all my processing power. You know what? I could just move the thing. We'll leave it there. It's fine. It's fine. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Tonight, a Saturday night chill stream. We're also gonna be doing the Space Engineer stream tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon East Coast time. So don't worry guys, this is just 2 streams in one day, 2 Space Engineer streams in one weekend. But yeah, let's get into it. So what this mod does, let me open up his page again. This particular mod allows you to play Space Engineers like a real-time strategy game. You can use a LCD as a straight up, like, a monitor where you can use your mouse, left-click drag, tell troops where to go, where your ships to go, have them attack targets, have them make attack runs on them, and how to, like, designate what ship is what in your fleet. And it's got a whole docking mechanism in there so it can figure out like where it should fly ships into to dock. So you can have your interceptors inside your carriers. You can have your frigates shoot torpedoes at long range. It's got so much functionality, and I've only tested a little bit. I got a ship to move from point A to point B and was like, this is amazing, it's time to stream it. So here we are. Oh, we just got a sponsor. John Skull, thank you so much for becoming our first sponsor today. Really do appreciate it, the extra support. You guys are helping me break free from the, well, worrying about YouTube ad rev, because right now it's like a rock. It's cruising straight down toward the rocky shores of life. Music is a bit too loud. That's probably because I messed up all my audio settings attempting something else. So let's knock that down. Back down to a 7. Let me know if that's okay. So let's go ahead and get stuff loaded up. Now, to the modder's credit, he's put a few links in here. He's also got how to do everything that we're gonna do today. We're going to be messing around with the LCD script. We're gonna form up a fleet, then we're gonna attack a Star Destroyer with that fleet. At least that's the plan. And he's also got one mod that he recommends to go with this, and that is this upgraded sensor mod, which allows a sensor to detect things out to 5,000 meters, which makes it a little bit easier, I think, for the script to identify where an enemy target is, so it'll show up on your LCD screen. You can use cameras, apparently. I don't know how that works. You just slap cameras on stuff. And when you're building interceptors, you gotta have a turret on it and a camera for some reason. But anyways, let's start a new game. We're gonna start from a fresh, brand new map. It's going to be in creative mode, and we're gonna call this the Stream Fleet Command Map, because that needed to be that long. We'll do let's do an empty world. And I guess let's do an empty world. And then advanced, it will turn off all the random stuff that'll spawn here, so we can have a very just empty testing facility. Guys, how does the audio sound for the music? Is it good? Let's turn off, no wolves. We're gonna be in space for this whole thing. Let's turn off sun rotation so we don't have any weird shadows while we're in the middle of like working on stuff so we can see everything. Cargo ships are already off. Enable spectator mode is yeah. And, oh, the one mod that we want to install on this, One Shot Outlaw, thank you so much for the $5 donation, says, I want to be able to do this in Star Citizen. Yeah. Let me get this last mod, and we can talk about that while we load, because that loading time. Plans never survive first contact with Clang. I assume you're going with Clang. Sensor mod, we need the sensor mod. That's the only thing we should need, because you don't actually need, it's a script, right? You don't need anything to make this mod work, or this script work. All you need is to be subscribed to the blueprint. I scroll up here, it's actually a blueprint. So it'll go into any map, anywhere you can paste in a blueprint or even build it in survival. This should technically work. And I'll show you how this works, and you guys will understand in a second. So I think we're good here. Let's go ahead and, we renamed it. Fleet Command Testing Map. think I just changed it. Start. There we go. Wait, Shack, you're going to command a fleet? Shouldn't it be Admiral Shack? Only if I get a fancy hat. It's the only time I'd be Admiral Shack. Okay, so we're in the map. Welcome to space. Audio's good. Okay, fantastic. I didn't want the same old Space Engineers music we always hear, so let's get ourselves a platform from which to test things. Actually, we don't need that. So, first thing you're gonna do when you're testing this mod out is go into your blueprints, find the command. There it is. This is what you'll get when you subscribe to the mod. This is the Rdav's Fleet Command Mark II. Go ahead and grab that up. Paste it in. Now, if you're doing this in survival, you're probably gonna want blueprints of the individual, like, well, what would be the word for them? Like the computer cores that I'm about to paste in. So what these little things are on this platform, this is so freaking cool, are, think of them as computer cores or identifiers that tell the script what the thing is that they're attached to. So starting from the right-hand side, this tiny little core right here, pre-built for you, so you really don't have to do anything too complicated, is going to say to the command, to the fleet command ship, this is an interceptor, and it's gonna act like an interceptor. It's built on small blocks, as you can see. So what you're gonna do is when you paste this sucker in, you're gonna cut that off at the bottom here and slap it onto whatever ship you want it to, and then the AI will now command it for you, and it will fly it around for you. It's actually a really cool script, and this works for way bigger ships, cruisers, carriers. Here's your actual command ship right here with the LCD and how you're gonna command your forces, which is really cool because you get to use your mouse on that, making it feel like playing Command and Conquer from back in the day. Then you've got the RC Central Command. This is for multiplayer. Now, I haven't tested this out yet, but apparently this is a little buggy in multiplayer, so you probably can't use it. That's why he's got another way of commanding the fleet using turrets, like the turret camera. So that will be something that'll take its own testing. But we're gonna be trying out the LCD mini-map one because it's so freaking cool. You've got frigates, you've got what is that, missile frigates? Heavy missile frigates. These all have different behaviors. And then the gravity cannon frigate. We're probably gonna stick with like maybe cruisers and the fighter one and the carrier because I wanna try out docking fighters into a carrier. All right, I think we're set. Oh, we got another donation, did I just miss it? Sheer Darkbane, thank you so much for the $2 donation. He says, ahoy, Captain, enjoy a cup of coffee on me. Well, I appreciate that. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit more. I want it to be like soft background music for this. You're not gonna let me do it, are you? There we go. All right, what should we mess with first? We should get a command ship first. So, what are we gonna use as a command ship? We don't have time to be sitting here, building an entire ship. So we'll pull out one that we've already built. Something not too crazy big. It's gonna have to be a large ship because that's large blocks there. What do we want? A hammerhead. We can do like a hammerhead gunship. Blinky's got a really nice one. I don't put too many large ships in. Skyforge is in here. Throw in our Quintons, and we also need to put in a target. The Fondor shipyard. That's such a cool build. All right, let's do the hammerhead as the command ship. As just a test, and we'll just slap it on the outside of the hull of the hammerhead, just so it looks like a rebel command ship. Because we need a ship to work with. Here it is, and it'll look cool. And it was in the thumbnail. Because I was thinking maybe I'll build a couple of these and let them be controlled by the AI. So here's the ship. This ship was made by Perfect Blinky. It's over on the workshop if you want to check it out. I highly recommend it. We're gonna move away from that platform over there because I don't know what the weapon setup is on this and it may shoot neutrals. So we'll go out of range. We'll go 700 meters. Yeah, that'll work. That should be safe. Or not exactly 700 meters. Let's turn it on this side. Not gonna shoot rockets, are you? No? All right, let me see your settings real quick. So you don't go firing at things you shouldn't be. Oh, I can just reach that control panel. Sort of, not really. So where's the door on this? Isn't it on the side? Nope. Those will work. So carton containers. That'll work. So we'll grab everything. We'll go ahead and it's transferred over to me, and then we'll go to the turrets. We'll set them to not shoot at just random stuff so they don't end up blowing up our own testing stuff. So off on neutrals, that should be pretty good. So the way this is gonna work, let me get a copy of this and move it closer now that we know it won't blow up. That, if I would have pasted that in, it would have blown up our entire testing bed here. That would have been terrible. So our command ship. All right, paste it in. Now, to make this the command ship, we have to identify it as the command ship. So what you're gonna wanna do is head back over to your AI cores, is what I guess I'll call these things. And there'll be one labeled, if you're going to be using the minimap UI one, the central command. You're gonna wanna detach it from here. Boop. And we're gonna go ahead and copy pasta this sucker. Blinky's design on that is beautiful. Now, normally, you'd want your command, right? This is your command room to be armored, the center of a ship. You wouldn't want it ridiculously slapped to the butt end of your ship on the outside of the hull, because if it blows up, you can't command the fleet anymore, and you'll have to build another one. But for testing purposes, we're gonna slap this on here. Now, I have learned that this thing dictates what it what direction it believes is the front of the ship. So where I think I have this right, where the antenna points is the back. I think that's how it works. We're gonna find out. If this thing flies ass backwards into combat, I screwed it up. So there we go. I'm not actually sure if you can command the command ship you're on board through the central command interface. I think this only commands the rest of the fleet. But for testing purposes, let's grab ourselves some interceptors, and we'll set up interceptors. So when you paste down the command, central command, you gotta bring her online. So what we're gonna do, notice that there isn't really anything going on the map here. We're gonna grab this, and we're gonna go, command, central command. We're gonna bring that online. I'll start seeing the script running. And then the other one was if you type in RFC, everything's pretty much comes up. You're gonna wanna bring up the user interface, turn that on. And now the user interface works. Now how this I can't talk today. How the user interface works is you go up to it, it's just an LCD panel. Go to K, use, find RFC again, and you'll see RFC RC. Once you've got that selected, this is a remote control block basically. Hit control, and you're done. There's your mouse right there. This little indicator right here is your position, or I think it's the central command's position, which you'll probably be in front of because you'll be messing around with this. And it works just like an RTS, except it doesn't recognize mouse clicks, so it does recognize button presses. And the two buttons are Q is your left click, and it makes a box for box selecting units, and then E is your right click for giving an order to those units and where they go. So, Q, select all. We don't have anything to select yet because we haven't put any other ships in.
You know what's going on?
Sheer Darkbane, thank you for becoming a sponsor. I really do appreciate it. You are our second sponsor today. And I think I just missed a donation. Been watching you since the original group survival with the evil Altered AI, Wolfbane. Thank you so much. That's the olden days. That was the original group survival series. Oh, God, I miss that so much. Those guys are a trip. We had so much fun making that series. Veil4, Tabby, like just being able to bring them all together, Altered, and then the random guest stars. We had MF Palitybe as a captain in that. Anyways, sorry. So, yeah, what I was saying. Q, select your units, E to give them an order. Let's get some units and give them some orders and watch them fly around, which is something we've never been able to do. With a frickin' LCD, like, RTS screen. It's awesome. You fly the command ship. Okay, that's how it works, Sheer. I thought I was missing something. But apparently you do fly your own command ship, which makes sense. You have your crew on board, and then the AI takes care of the rest of the fleet. So my next question would be, what do we want for our fighters? Let's find some ships. I've got some ships in here. What about maybe a Y-Wing? I put that on the thumbnail. So,
You know what's going on? Maybe it's another drill.
the braking thrust might not be fantastic in a Y-Wing. I mean, not my Y-Wing. What about Blinky's? Blinky's is gonna be better than mine, I think. He's reworked it like 3 times. Can you upload the newest version you haven't of Haven? I could do that. I'll do that later. Aircraft carrier auto mining? What? Sorry, distracted. Check that out later. Epic. Freaking epic. AI mining. I hate mining. Make somebody else do it. We were gonna grab a Y-Wing. Hey, Perfect Blinky, look at you. Let me grab you. I'm gonna grab some of your stuff, man. I'm gonna borrow your Y-Wing. Where's your Y-Wing at? Where are the Y-Wings at? I wonder how many people got that reference. You haven't seen Blazing Saddles. You make me sad. Does he not have a Y-Wing? All right, we'll just use one of these. I just hope there's enough braking thrust. That's all I'm saying. Or is this his Y-Wing? This may actually be his. I know, it's been so long, and I built like 4 different versions of this thing over the years I've been playing the game. So, anyways, let's get the first ship that this thing's going to recognize. So here is our first ship. Paste it down. It has lots of ion thrusters. It does not have enough braking thrust. One of the things that he does warn is that, it does rely on braking thrust quite heavily. So let's grab us some thrusters. Ion. Is there nothing here? Let's just slap some suckers in here. There we go. Braking thrust for the win. Because we don't want it to run into stuff. And then I will show you guys how you turn this thing into a AI fighter that can be controlled by the fleet command script. So there we go, plenty of braking thrust. So one of the things that you have to have when you're setting up your interceptor, which is what this calls the fighters, is you have to have a turret and a camera. I don't know exactly why. It has something to do with how I think it detects where it's going and what's in front of it. But you have to have a turret and you have to have a camera. This is gonna look real goofy on this Y-Wing, but we're gonna make it work. Let's claim this ship before we do anything. Since I spawned everything in, I don't automatically own it like you do in survival, where when you build something, it's automatically underneath your ownership. Oh, look at that cockpit. This is so good. And there's the hammerhead to our other side. Oh my god, this thing is so sluggish. I probably need to put another gyro on it too. Let's grab a gyro. Bow, bow. And we'll put a gyro. I'm just making stuff up now. Let's put some gyros on it. I just wanted to be able to turn a little bit easier for the script to deal with it.
You know what's going on?
Wolfbane! Now you can just use the nanite mod for mining, and it has that now, and it's quite cool. The nanobot or the nanite mod? Because the nanite one, I've had it for a bit, I think. Let's put this kind of where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a little bit farther up top. I could stick it on top here, and that would just be ridiculous. Don't go shooting stuff. Let's check out your settings. Turn off neutral firing. I don't know why auto is set to auto fire at neutrals. That drives me batty.
You know what's going on?
Lewis Shaw Morphin, thank you for the £5 donations. Hey Shaq, check out minds.com. It's a free speech app where you can monetize your vids. Free speech app. Speech app. All right, so we need a camera and everything's on here. So turret, camera on your ship, you're good to go. That's all you actually need. Boom, there's the camera. Now, once you've got your ship ready, it's time to slap the AI core on it. So let's go grab the AI core. Meaning we've got to detach it from back here to identify this ship as an interceptor. I have noticed you can take this off. You don't need that little block at the bottom, because it's a light armor block. It doesn't do anything. And then slap this sucker on here. And remember, this is how it judges which way front is. So make sure that the LCDs are facing toward the front. I think that's what it considers as front. So we're gonna slap this back here. It's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but if you were doing this with like newly built ships, you would bury this thing in there. Or if you knew no player was gonna fly those ships, get rid of the cockpit, stick it in there. Why not? So, and just to test something, I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but we're gonna grab a rocket launcher. and we're gonna slap a single rocket launcher on, because it's a bomber, right? Well, I don't know if his AI can use centerline weapons, but if it can, I'd love to see this thing do like a bombing run. So we're gonna put a rocket launcher on there for testing purposes. Let's see if it uses the Gatling cannon and the rocket launcher. So this should technically be all set up and ready to go. Let's go look at our LCD screen and see if it comes up on our overlay. So this would be, of course, on the bridge. We do have something on here. Or no, we don't. Let's see. Control it. One of the cool things about this is this right here is your zoom level. So you can zoom out. So if I hit Q to zoom out, we can go out to like 10 kilometers. Let's do a box select. We're still not selecting anything. So it looks like it's not coming up. Did I forget something? Let's go back over and make sure everything's claimed to us. Bum, 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 bum. Copy pasta. It is hooked up. It does have the interceptor. We've got the turret, and we've got a camera. Grab everything. Yeah, everything's set to me. RFC interceptor is on. Gyro's on. Everything's on. Let's go ahead and recompile the script. We're getting some error messages in the script, it looks like. Did you turn it on? Did you turn it on and back off again? Let's run back over here now and see if it came up. If not, we may have to recompile this one. I tried this with an A-wing in my first attempt. Worked like that. So, RFC. Let's see. Command. Recompile it. Interface. Let's recompile that one. Dock points. So I guess that's where it figures out if there's any docking points on this particular ship. All right, so everything's reset. Let's see if it pops up now. Try recompiling the command cruiser. Yep, already on it. So, RFC. Control it. We gotta zoom out and see if we're too close to it. Control. If not, I'll spawn in the A-wing and see if that one works. If there's something wrong with the Y-wing, that means it's not working. It needs a connector. Oh, the A-wing has one on the bottom of it, but the Y-wing doesn't. Right. So the connector is how it knows where its docking port is. So we've got to slap a connector on this bad boy. Let's just stick one. We can remove a little bit of armor on the bottom. Because the other ship I tested this with already had one. And we'll put the connector right here. That way it knows where the bottom of the ship is. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. And right here should be good. Makes me a little nervous that there's like a rocket launcher on here. We're gonna turn this off just to be safe. Wait, is that two separate rocket launchers or just one? That's two separate ones. Okay, they're off. They're good. That is the single reloadable one. So we should be good now. Do we need to recompile? Let's check. May have just worked. The script is pretty self-sufficient, it seems. Now... we might need to zoom in, RFC. We're gonna be doing some experimenting tonight, this is gonna be fun. Whoops, I actually got off of it. We need remote control on RFC. I'm out at 20 kilometers. Oh, that actually might be coming up. I'm just so zoomed out I can't even tell. RFC, let's control it. Now we have command. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Q is our left click. Yep, there it is, right there. Ah, that's so cool. All right, so we're gonna zoom out a couple kilometers. We're gonna say Y-wing. We now have it selected. Ow, I kind of wish that was a health bar, like Command and Conquer style health bar. And then let's give it orders. Fly about, at the edge of the map would be 5 kilometers, right? So right click to order, which is E. We've given the order, and let's get out of this. Poke our heads over the, there she goes. Switch to spectator mode, we can follow it. Flying on its own. It's on a mission. It's on a journey. I should copy this sucker before it explodes or something. Gotcha. Look at him go. Oh, that's so cool. I want a squadron of them. I want a quasar full of them now. Isn't that awesome? It's flying on its own. It's going out 5 kilometers just like I ordered it. That's so freaking cool. We gotta get a squadron of them. So let's switch back to our body. Can't even see it, it's flown so far away. It is now 2 kilometers away. And we'll give it orders to return. So let's just fall into a hole. Imagine like building a bridge for this LCD. So you're sitting there, you've got your windows, you've got your LCD command panel. To make our lives a little bit easier, if this was on a bridge, I would have a chair. So let's get a seat. That way I don't have to keep going through the menus and stuff. We're gonna remove a single block here so I can place this. And I should be able to just plop down a chair to make our lives easier. We can just sit in the chair now. And when I go into this command, RFC, there it is. We can just go to the use button. Or control. There it is. Sweet. So now I don't have to go through any of those menus. I just hit one button. Boom. We're controlling it. I can use my mouse as I'm sitting in the command chair. Awesome. Can you get it to jump drive? Alden wants to know. I don't think so. I mean, yeah, you can. You don't use this, though. If you want to get a fleet to jump drive, you just give the ship's orders to jump drive. You just use them remotely. And say, okay, jump drive to this GPS coordinate, boom, boom, boom. Tell the whole fleet to do that. They jump in like a carrier full of Y-wings, like the thing we just sent out. This should be our Y-wing back here. Q to select it. Here's where we are. We're gonna tell it to come over onto our, which way are we facing? So it would be our starboard side. So right click, return to base, RTB. Let's wait for it. Is it gonna move? Wow, let's go look at it. Spectator mode. Here's an antenna. Yeah, all right, it's not moving, so let's go back and look. Maybe I didn't give it the order properly. Select you. Come on back. Did it fly out of range? Because it works off the antenna system, so it may have flown out of range. The range of a small fighter. Oh, shit. Okay, so it ran out of range. That's cool. There is a minimum range to your fighters, but if you had a carrier within range of their 5 kilometer range, you would have them as part of the network still. So ignore that complication. Don't send your fighters outside their antenna range. You won't be able to order them back, even though you'll still be able to see them. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna go out of this chair. Let's get rid of you for testing purposes. Pop back here. Let's spawn in a squadron of Y-wings. Let's try docking now. We're gonna build a dock for you gentlemen. And we need a carrier, so Y-wing. Kind of want to send them on a combat mission. And we're gonna paste in 3 already set up Y-wings. Cool. Before we build a carrier, let's see if we can group select and send them in. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. How does it handle vertical movement? That's a good question. I'm not particularly sure, to be honest. Yeah, how do you go up and down on this? I don't know if there's like a button to change the attitude. Let's zoom in and see that we see the new, there's the 3 fighters right there. Q to select. All right, we have them. Oh, we could go to the edge of the screen and zoom around, just like a strategy game. Awesome. Let's give these guys orders to move not nearly as far. This is a 1 kilometer zoom, and I'm gonna give you guys orders to move forward. And let's get the spectator cam back here.
What's going on? Maybe it's another
And, oh no! One of them decided it'd be fun to run into the command ship. The other 2, are they trying to avoid each other? I think they're trying, like they got too close and they're trying to avoid each other, and that one was like, ah, freak out, I'm gonna crash into stuff. But they just don't have enough thrust. They are moving out to where I told them. I told them to go forward a little bit. And they gave themselves a little bit more space. Look at that. Interesting. think the A-Wings were better at this because they're far more maneuverable. I had more thrusters on those. All right, let's get a carrier. I want to see these guys land. So, Stabe Eric 2021. Thank you for being subscribed for so long. He's like calling me out. I've been subscribed for a long time, but I've never said anything in chat. Well, welcome. We're gonna get ourselves a carrier, and look what it did to me. These Y-Wings are heavy. Look at all the damage it pulled off. There's uranium in there. But I'm really interested in how this thing can have like Y-Wings land, so.
You know what's going on? Maybe it's another drill.
We're gonna grab a Quasar. Quasar. Oh, my Quasar's not gonna have the mod, so it's gonna be all funky. So we'll take the one off the workshop. It's actually a little nicer than mine anyways. Mine's a little bit more open. So, next song. Our Quasar carrier, pasting it in now. At least we should be. Not so much. If you add more cameras, they fly better. Sure, Darkbane says. Oh, really? Because is it using the cameras to figure out where it is in relation to other ships? Is that what it's doing? So add cameras. All right, we'll do that. First things first, though, I want to get this Quasar in because I really want to mess around with docking. We'll get the cameras on before I order the fighters to dock, just so they have a little bit more. Oh, I bet this is beyond the server block limit because I don't think I turned that off. Yep, they won't let me paste it. All right, let's grab a save and we'll go ahead and fix it. Sure. Alien Slayer, the next episode of Awakening of the Rebellion should be coming out Monday. Game. Edit settings. Advanced. Where is that? Copy pasta is turned on, right? Yeah, of course it is. I pasted those Y-Wings in. Block limit. There it is. Alright, cool. Now it'll let me paste it. Shack, it shows the number of ships at the bottom of the COM LCD. It does. It shows the different classes, too. Though I think it counts a carrier as a cruiser. Yeah, there you go. So, interceptors, which would be the Y-Wings that we've got so far. Frigates, cruisers, and carriers. Though I think carrier shows up as a square. I don't know what this one is. Interceptor, frigate, cruiser. Strange thing. I don't know. Oh, maybe the command ship? No, it's 0. We'll test and find out. And Quasar. Yeah, there we go. We'll give it lots of space. Like, it doesn't need to get so close to us. You need to add this mod in for the chill stream. I don't know how well this will work in multiplayer. That's the only concern I have. Is like how much of an issue in an already very complex map will command software cause in multiplayer with like techs. So we're gonna put cameras on this all over the place because you guys are saying that this affects its ability to fly without crashing. So all of the cameras. Let's give it some rear cameras. Doesn't have any rear thrusts back here? Ah. Weird. Got up cameras? No? You do now. There we go. Cameras everywhere. Let's delete the other one, and we'll spawn in. We'll spawn in 2 more, and we'll see if we can get them to dock. Alden, thanks for the $5 donation. Says I'm picturing the Stargate Atlantis drone chair, just ordering dozens of tiny drones to ram ships. You can just 3D print them off and they explode. It's true. You could definitely just give like squadrons of drones orders to engage. Let's give you lots of space. That's actually not that much space. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. So, let's go claim the Quasar. because we pasted it in, so we don't own it. And we'll designate this thing a carrier. We'll set up the docking base so the Y-Wings will hopefully fly in here and touch down, and it will be amazing. Oh, there's a control panel right there. I'm curious to see what the Y-Wings do in such a tight space like this. Well, that will be interesting. All the things to me, yes. Ha ha ha. All right, we're gonna grab a save. Call this save 1. Okay, so the way that this works, as I understand it, I need to put down a connector. And then the way that you guide the ship in is it actually looks at... There we go. It wasn't like typing. It actually looks for LCDs. And that's how you draw the flight path for it to find the docking zone. And they have to be at the same level, right? So they have to be placed like this, I believe. So you put down, let's have the Y-Wing. I don't know if the Y-Wing will even fit in here. It'll be a nice test. Okay, sure. There's the connector. Let's move it up a little bit farther. It's really dark in here. There's our connector, so we want the Y-Wing to fly in here. And then these go like that. And that's how you guide it to the location. Before we get any farther, you know what, we'll do it for all of them. Then we'll designate this the carrier by putting the AI core in here. So there's this one, nice open bay. This is what I think will actually work. I'm not totally convinced. I don't know why those hydrogen thrusters looked like they were firing for a second. Shouldn't be moving. Arrows? I think you're supposed to draw it with the arrows pointing out. I better... I don't know if that actually matters or not. That one's good, and that one's the same. Okay, so let's at least all make them match. And the last one, connector. Oh man, if this... I'm really excited about this, it's gonna be cool. So, I'll have a couple sticking over and a couple not, and we'll see if it makes a difference. Now, we need to designate this as the carrier of the fleet. That means we need an AI core, so let's go ahead and grab one of these. What I'm thinking is if I want to play with this in survival, I have a blueprint of just the cores and the command, like all of these cores. That way, I can load it up in a projector and just build it in survival. Boom, done. Command center's built, interceptors built. I don't have to worry about scripts or any of that jazz, so. All right, so RFC carrier. I don't think you need as many LCDs as I put in there. I think you can space them out. I just row. So, boop, there we go. Here's our command carrier, or our carrier. We'll grab that. For testing purposes, we're gonna just slap it onto the roof because, you know, raisins. I don't feel like redesigning this whole ship for a test. Bear in mind, though, you do not want this thing on the outside of your hull because that would be silly. And let's make sure that it's all online. So there's the carrier, RFC, carrier, on, and on. So it should work, if I'm correct. Zoom out. Oh, and we'll be able to give the carrier commands as well, but I'm more interested in getting the Y-Wings to dock. So we'll grab another save. Yeah, it's fine. Let's get over to our command seat and give the Y-Wings orders to dock with the carrier. And the carrier is coming up on the command interface. That's that square right there. Frickin' cool. I can't even see it, so all I gotta do is like look over. All right, so we're gonna use the control block we set up. Alex Roberts, thank you for the $5 donation. He says, what's going on here? I love your stuff, Shaq. Well, we're trying out, for those just joining us, if we go to the front page of the workshop, not the front page of Steam, we are trying out Rdav's fleet command script, or mod. I don't know what to really call it. It's a blueprint. It already has a built-in script. But anyways, it allows you to command your entire fleet from basically a Command and Conquer style LCD screen, which is what we've set up here. So there's our carrier, there's our LCD screen, and let's set up the We're aboard our command ship right now. Is what we're using as command ship. I've just slapped this stuff on the hull. So if you're wondering what's going on with that, you don't have to have it on the outside of your ship. Our Y-wings are way over there. We're going to give them orders to dock up. Let's try it. F6. We've got our mouse. I hit Q to act as our left click. There's all of our Y-wings. And if I put my mouse over it, yes! I put my mouse over it, and it gives you a new icon telling you that they can dock with it. It's actually identified the docking points. Oh, that's so cool. All right, let's do it. Cameras. Ooh, does the carrier need cameras? How will it handle docking while the carrier is moving? You could just not. Don't tell them to dock while the carrier is moving. Because I think the carrier's AI actually keeps it out of combat. But let's go ahead and give the orders. So, hitting E as our click. They should be moving. Spectator camera. They are moving. They've turned around, and they are heading toward the carrier. Are you smart enough to not run into each other and not run into the Quasar? The Quasar is an interesting shape, and I don't know if you guys have enough braking thrust. Look at them go! That's my fault. That's totally my fault. My engines on this thing are crap. There's only a little bit of thrust, but look at them, they're making up for it. They're totally making up for it. Oh, the Y-wing has no maneuverability, and it still managed to not kill itself. That was one of the warnings on the mod, was make sure you've got a lot of braking thrust, and just thrust in general, so the ship can actually... Now, I don't think it'll fit in these side ones, but the middle one's going right in. So is the side one. Ah! It's trying real hard. Oh, shit. Oh, no. This is my bad. This is totally my bad.
You know what's going on?
But it was working until it realized it couldn't fit into the parking zone. Okay, don't save that. We're gonna get rid of those landing boots and try that again. The test is flawed. Oh, I love how it was like lining up too. It knew where it was. It knew not to run into the bridge of the Quasar. That is impressive. Fire Knight, thank you for the $5 donation. It says, is that a white Armco coffee mug I spot, or am I just crazy? If I'm not, where can I buy one? Also, thank you for your countless hours of entertainment. Oh, thank you, sir, for the $5 donation. So this coffee mug was given to me by the moderators over on the Discord, and which is fantastic. It's actually got my name printed on it. There's one for Tabby, she got one too, and it even says in memorial of Commander Lynx, which is, I teared up. Tabby cried when we saw it. It's so nice. It's so nice of you guys. But we do have coffee cups for sale on the XP Gamer Store. Plug, plug, plug. Okay, so what were we doing? We were making the bay big enough to fit a Y-wing, because at the moment it don't. Design error. Test design error.
Maybe it's another
It
drill.
looked like it was gonna make it, outside of being too much crap in the way. So there was another donation. Monstratus, thank you for the $5. Says, do enemies show up on red or at all? How is that supposed to work? So they will show up on the radar, and you can give attack orders. All right, I think we're ready to try this again. It's gonna be a tight squeeze on this left-hand side one, but I'm interested. You know what? We'll remove these panels. Like, this doesn't need to be in here. Boop and boop, just to give it a little bit more space. We're gonna try it. It's gonna be good. So, even with the Y-wing's shitty maneuverability, they've become self-aware. Yeah, it's good. I don't know if it's that good. It is able to attack targets. Once this works, we'll spawn in a target and we'll tell the Y-wings to go attack it, just as a test. And I want to bomb a Star Destroyer. I don't ask for much. So let's grab up our 3 Y-wings and let's give the order again. Was I supposed to change anything else? Because they were on course perfectly, other than the fact that they don't have enough thrust for the weight that they have. What the shit? It just exploded. Well, something exploded. I'm not quite sure what it was. But these two are inbound for their landing base. Was this before or after? This is after. Yeah, see how they're sliding because there's just not enough port thrust? I may have to swap out what I'm testing with. But this guy's lined up perfectly, and he's fixing himself. Oh, it's a tight squeeze because of the turret on the top. Oh, you're not gonna try to turn around, are you? Because there is not enough space in here for you to turn around. I don't know what the AI does. Yep. Oh, oh, wow, it's actually managing to pull it off. It did it! There's no space in here, and it totally did it. Is it gonna lock? And it locked. This guy, he's lined up with a parking space, and it's following the path of the LCDs. I think it's using the connector as its lineup point. Like, it lines that up with the LCDs and follows it down. Carrier's ready to go. Stinger, hey, I'm here, back again from the Stellaris stream. Welcome back. As I spill coffee all over myself. So we've managed, if I switch back over to my body. We've managed, they're not on the radar anymore. So if I take command, whoa, where's it going? Carrier? Oh shit! I think we should go with a smaller fighter or a designed carrier that can fit it, because I think it's having some issues with spacing. I want to see if there's a conflict of interest with, like, it's trying to launch the fighters, or it's launched the fighter because something's broken. Did I tell it to launch? I may have clicked something. Let's reload that. We're gonna change where the docking bays are. Same changes for putting no. More space. It totally works. I think what's messing it up is the fact that I'm trying to use a big fighter in a tiny space. We'll try to get him to dock on the roof of the Quasar for now. Or we'll clean out the docking spaces that they're using. Because what I want to do is give them an attack order, but I want to be able to do that from, like, the inside of the carrier. So let's go to spectator mode. Let's clean these. Like, where are you going? This guy right here is like, I'm out. Peace. Oh, I know what's going on. I had control of the command. No, I didn't. Where are you going? All right, it stopped. I'm gonna remove you. I'm gonna put you back over with your brothers. You sit over here and you think about what you did, which is frightening and confuse me. See, it's not good when they start acting on their own. There we go. Stay. More than one screen for a large radar. I don't know how this script works, or if you can make it like a bigger command screen. That'd be really cool. It does have really easy functionality to use right now. Like, you can zoom in and you can zoom out, which makes all the difference. You can even see, I think you can even see asteroids on it if you set a sensor up to detect asteroids on board this ship. It'll see them and show them on the whatchamacallit, on the LCD command panel. But let's make some more space. Solution, need a camera on the carrier. This includes other, like, frigates or whatever. Yeah, we probably need to put more cameras on everything. It seems to use those to figure out where it needs to be. So before we give the carrier any orders to move around, but first, let's clean this out. Let's make this like a Y-wing landing bay. It needs more space. I didn't know it was gonna turn around in here. I thought it would just, dock in and then, like, back out. It's far cooler that it turns around. It's just now that I know that I expect that, I gotta have more space. So, big old room for a hangar bay. We'll grab a save after this. Ba-bow, bow, 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 bow. Move all these extra parts. I'll build a spaceship. I got all of these extra parts. Pretty sure how that works, just like a Kia. Remove this junk. Now we're gonna have all the space in the world. Because if they're smart enough to fly around targets, are they smart enough? And I think it says it on the description that they'll actually do attack runs and stuff. They're set up with an AI that will use its weapons. It's not just like fly nearby, shoot turret. I think it'll actually strafe something, which that's exciting. All right, so we got some more space. All these hangars actually shut too, which is pretty cool. Alex, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, so Shack, as a casual viewer, I'm just getting into your Stellaris stuff. Off topic, but what changes between season 1 or 2 to warrant separate seasons? They're different campaigns, really. They're different factions, they're different mods. There's a different focus, and there's a different. It's got a very RP heavy, like season 1 through 3. 3.5 right now is just kind of like we're having a little bit of fun. But the other ones are like players get into it. We've got a whole RP group that gets into the story of the organization and stuff. Lorith, this looks amazing. Also, I have an Armco hoodie arriving on Monday. Oh, awesome! And thank you for the £5 donation. I hope you enjoy the hoodie. So far, like the shirts, the coffee cups. This is not one of those, by the way. It's a little bit smaller.
You know what's going on?
Products are pretty quality.
Maybe it's another drill.
Bum, 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 bum. All right, so let's grab a save. We're gonna call this save 2. And we'll order the Y-Wings to land. We were gonna put some cameras. That's right. We're gonna go nuts with cameras. Camera. We can put some cameras. I don't know if like angle matters. I don't think they do. So we're just gonna slap some cameras all over the bridge. Boom, boom. Is it like smart enough to use all of the cameras? I don't. Need a flat spot.
You know what's going on?
I don't know if the script can handle a lot of cameras, but we're gonna try it. Stream of experimentation. Dave Williams, thank you for the $2 donation. Is the AI smart enough to return and rearm? That would be a system that you'd probably have to set up yourself. You can give them orders to return, and then have it so it will auto move ammunition from the carrier into the connector that you have. This is a system that you could pretty easily set up. So it'll move only certain objects through the system that draws it, and it will draw those. The Y-Wings will automatically draw the ammo they need if the weapons are empty, I believe. So you could set that system up. So you tell them to land, they dock, it's through connectors, they instantly reload, tell them to go back out again. You do have to, command them. Okay, so what am I forgetting, guys? I think we're good. Time to dock this sucker up, and then I think it's time to put a target out there and see if we can get him to bomb the target. All right, quick save now that we've got those cameras set. Missed a donation. The Trench Gamer, thank you, the $5. He says, can't wait for the next run of Sins of a Solar Empire, Star Wars mods, hopefully. Love your content and all you do. Oh, thank you, sir. I don't know what we're going to do the next season of. I have been in the serious Star Wars vibe the last forever. Crichton says, thank you for the $5, by the way. So, when's Full Grip Survivor coming back? I don't know. We were supposed to record something a Monday ago. Sadly, there's just conflicting schedules when you got everybody living all over the world. So here goes the order. Q, selecting all my fighters, giving the squadron the order to land with E. The order is given, boys. Come on back. I want you to rearm and repair. Your flight crews are waiting in the bays. That was a cool shot. Oh, this is gonna be great for machinimas. Because the problem is getting enough pilots that doesn't lag the server, but if I could just give them orders like this, we can watch the fleet dock up. I still think this quasar needs to be a little bit bigger. I wish I could use my quasar. Because it's just one big opening. I don't have the mini docking bays. Look at that. Oh, that is so good. Let's see if the quasar flips out, because if it does, I'm betting that's a Space Engineer connector ship bug and not a script bug. Locked. All right, Gold 1 is locked. 2 is locked. 3 is locked. Carrier is not flipping its shit. That is cool. I've never seen that in Space Engineers before. I know there's been some other AI mods. I never tested any of them because they seemed really complicated. But this one is so easy to use. So let's try telling the carrier to go somewhere. Hey, carrier. I want you to turn around and piss off 2 kilometers behind us. Does it need a turret? Maybe it needs a turret. Oops. I bet you anything it needs like a turret or something. Because the interceptors needed it, so I'm missing something. I'm definitely missing something. Rotors underneath the connectors? No. No, God no. Why? Why would you do that? I don't understand. I put cameras all over this sucker. That's a camera. That's a camera. That's a camera. That's one. There's 2 in the front. There's cameras for days. There's no camera on the top and bottom. There's now. There's cameras all over the bridge. There's no camera on the bottom yet. There we go. Maybe I recompile it? I'd rather not do that with it having docked fighters. I wonder how I launch the fighters. Yeah, it has cameras. All right, let's check the script. So, oh, actually, better yet, let's check the in-game. This is one of the cool things with it, too. The in-game guide is right over here. Carrier. A carrier is a passive ship with primary operation focused towards support and docking of interceptor craft. The ship maneuvers and positions itself slowly to ensure safe docking. The carrier should be set up with any number of docking routes, although worth mentioning, all large ship classes support docking of interceptor drones. It doesn't have to be a carrier. Carriers from the backbone of the fleet and allow large numbers of drones to be used. Okay. Let me give the order again and see if it kind of wakes up. Maybe say take control over the remote control system. There we go. Select you. Look, it still tells me that I have 3 ships. Oh, that's how you undock them, I bet. This button on the bottom. Okay, so let's give you the order to head to your starboard side. Do you not have gyros? Maybe it's something wrong with the ship. There she goes. Yeah, I just didn't give it the order with enough feeling, apparently. Bye. Told it to go like a kilometer out that direction. There she goes with her Y-wings on board. Oh, that's so cool. That is so epic. Now we're out of visual range of the engine, so they'll just be off because there's no LOD for the engine being on for some reason. Z's asking, can space engineers allow for 10 carriers packed with fighters and like 5 cruisers? That's gotta be asking a lot. If you don't want them firing at anything, maybe. It's stopped. It's held its position right there. Interesting. Let's grab it up. Let's tell you to head, come on, back this way. There it goes. You gotta hold E down just a little bit longer. Maybe the script is running a little bit slower. Maybe the server is. No, 1.0. Just gotta hold E down to like commit the order for some reason. Ah, it's so cool. And it's got Y-wings. Let's give it a target. What should we fire at? Let's see, let's get out of this. What do you guys think? How do you give it orders on the Z axis? I don't know or know if you even can. I mean, you can give it orders to engage stuff, but I'm not sure if you can give it orders to like go straight up or straight down. Maybe that's a feature coming soon? I think he's even adding a whole nother script or functionality for mining too. I could be wrong, but I think that's gonna be a thing. So let's zoom away. I say we have a target maybe like 3 kilometers out. So right about where we're at now. You can barely see the carrier out there. Let's grab ISD. All right, you guys are saying ISD, so that's what it'll be. Not one of the massive ones. Let's go with one of the smaller ones. This one's heavy armor. Yeah, let's do the heavy armor one. This is the one I like to use when we're testing stuff and we just want something that looks like an ISD. It's not huge like the other one. They weren't like, let's make this half scale. So it won't slow the server down too much, and it comes armed. There, now we're talking. It's back on the bridge. Because we need to switch this to be an enemy faction. We'll just make it pirate. I'm sorry, Star Destroyer, but you're totally gonna be blown up in a few seconds, I hope. This is such a cool build. So, we'll grab all of the parts. First, the turrets. Let's check what the turrets are set to. For our first test, let's turn the turrets off. That way the Y-Wings don't just get blown up. I wanna see their attack patterns, because this many turrets will wipe out those Y-Wings in a heartbeat. We'll grab everything on board, and we will set it to Space Pirate. I no longer have access to this ship. And there we go, Imperial Star Destroyer, hostile to us Rebel forces. I can't think of a better way to test this. Back to the command ship. Teleport over. Those sweet admin commands, creative tool commands. Oh, the possibilities for this in a survival game. So that's gonna add so much. So much. So, for you guys joining us, here's what you've missed so far. We have this command ship, which is what we're on board right now, and we're testing out a new AI RTS control feature. What it does is you can slap on an AI core. It comes as a blueprint, this blueprint right here. You cut these AI cores off, you copy, and you paste them on to whatever you want them to be. So this is gonna be our command ship, so we designated the command ship by giving it this core. We've got a carrier over here with Y-Wings that auto self-docked themselves inside, which was amazing. They do have rocket launchers and Gatling cannons. I have no idea whether or not they will fire those. We're gonna find out. They also have turrets on the back. And we're gonna be firing at that Star Destroyer off in the distance, hopefully. So, without... Oh, one more thing we have to do before we do anything else, because I bet you anything. Let me take command of this. If I zoom out here, you're gonna see no red blips. There should be a Star Destroyer out there, right? I think it's only 5 kilometers away, and we've zoomed out to 10. We don't have a sensor on this ship, or cameras for that matter. So, first thing we'll do, sensors. Or cameras. Let's slap some cameras on it and see if it pops up. If this doesn't work, we're gonna add that modded sensor that goes out to 5 kilometers, so we should be able to see. So, cameras. Just cameras everywhere. That's what the script uses to identify stuff. At least that's what it seems like. Don't believe everything I say. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just testing stuff. Slap this on here. All right, cameras in every direction. Well, let's see. Does it pop up? It's a big old fat negative. So, there's a mod that we did, the only mod we've actually installed, which is the sensor. This goes out 5,000 meters. The mod author recommends this if you want to have an easier time seeing enemy targets at a distance on the radar. And let's go in here and we'll change what it detects. So here's the sensor. We're gonna max out its sensor range to 5,000. The script, awesomely enough, should auto see this and work. I think that's the strength of this script, is it just works. It like automatically does everything for you. We don't want to detect players. We don't want to detect. Sure, detect asteroids. I want to see if they show up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can't click anything. I think detect asteroid may have been a poor life choice. Did it? Okay, it's working again. I just had to think about it for a second. And detect enemy, so it won't detect neutrals. Bum, 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 bum. Now let's check it. Does that work? Do we need to recompile it? Remote control. We have our carrier. But it's not seeing the hostile target. That's too zoomed in. So, let's check that sensor real quick. I set it to 5,000 in every direction, right? Yes, it did. Oh, did I turn it on? It is on. Audible proximity alert. Nice. Floating objects, small ships. It can be large ships and small ships? Detect neutral. And detect owner, sure. We'll check the settings in just a second. Not seeing the hostile, so. Because the hostile's 3,000 kilometers out. Detect large ships. I flicked that on, didn't I? Be pretty funny if I didn't. I think I just flicked that on. Yeah, I did. It's on. Alright. Let's see. Sensor setup. Basic setup and use. Setup drones. UI base. We haven't tried out the turret UI yet. Getting the enemy to show up on the menu locking system. Here we go. The enemy are located via two methods. Firstly, localized lock. This is engaged when a ship with lots of cameras engages an enemy. Will automatically engage at 800 meters. We're out of range for the cameras. If you have enough cameras, this target will then be locked and updated on the LCD. Second method, manual designation. For this, your central command ship needs a lot of cameras in all directions. No. Lastly, an additional method using the modded sensor. The best method for machinima makers and general single-player fun. I use this for creating the video. Put a modded sensor on your central command ship. Call it, there it is, that's what I missed. Call it RFC sensor so the script will detect it. Haha! Follow directions. It helps. Boom! Hostile target located. Imperial Star Destroyer. Let's zoom in a bit. And we can scroll up and down too, that's so cool. So let's zoom in again. It's about 4 kilometers out, so we can move in about 6. Should do it. Let's zoom in a little bit more detail. Oh, that's good. That's really good. So let's select our carrier. And we're gonna give it orders. I think this is undock. We're gonna give the squadron orders to undock. We're not gonna send the carrier into combat. Let's look over. They're not undocking. Carriers disappeared from the command menu. What are you guys doing over there? What are you guys doing over here? You can see the Z-plane, Shack. Okay, so there is a way to do it. Oh, awesome. I don't know why you guys aren't undocking. Da, 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 da. And it looks like we've lost the carrier on the command menu. Yeah, the carrier's like disappeared. It still says we've got 3 fighters. Oh, is that the asteroids? That must be asteroids being detected by the sensor now. Oh, that's cool. A visual representation of ore if you're looking for it, but that doesn't fix our problem. You just remove the carrier from the fleet. Is that what this does? No, I think this is... you might be right. I may have actually removed it from the fleet. There's a quick fix to that. I can recompile it. Let's zoom over there and recompile the carrier script and see if that fixes it. Or the carrier lost power, but I don't think it lost power. Or it totally lost power, look. Yep, it lost power. That's what happened. So, for testing purposes, I'm gonna keep saying that. Reactors. Because none of the engines are online. It just shut itself down. Maybe because I removed it from the fleet. Maybe you guys are right. We'll recompile it, because I don't know how to re-add it to the fleet. That may do the trick. So, we'll go into this sucker. And RFC. It's picking up all of the command stuff. You must construct additional pylons. Recompile. And I like the little text icon there. It is running currently. And I shouldn't have to do anything else, right? Nope. All right, so if you just recompiled, you should show up. There must be another button. So it's not showing. Because that thing's only 600 meters from us. That's not that far. So it should show up on this list. You must construct additional pylons.
Maybe it's another drill.
Let's recompile the command. Central command. Seems like it's running fine. So this will reset it. And then the interface. Whoa, there's an exception being thrown out. That's why. Something's borked. Yeah, something's not working properly. Let's reload it. I don't know what happened there. I'm pretty sure that's the undock button, because it was the same symbol that we used before. We'll reload. We'll reload. Give it a try again. It's out of hydrogen? I don't think it's out of hydrogen. I mean, it might be, but that's why the engine's turned off, but it wouldn't explain. This is before I put in the Star Destroyers. We'll see if we can get the fighters to launch. That's something we haven't messed around with. Uh-oh. There it goes. There's the carrier. The carrier is detecting.
You know what's going on?
It says 3 interceptors. Starcraft jokes are everywhere, Stinger says. Thanks for the $2 donation, man. So there's our carrier. Let's get the fighters to undock. Yeah, it's the dock button. I didn't remove it from the fleet. I'm not crazy. That's the dock button. It even says it in the top left-hand corner. I'm gonna push it again. See what happens. I'm gonna hold it this time. It disappeared. Alright, let's reload it again, because it's just disappeared again. And I bet if I go into the command interface, RFC. No, it's the command interface. I want to see if it's throwing out those errors again. Now that one's, it was the interface. This was interface. Yeah, there it goes. The key was not pressed in the directory something dark side. The sensor had friendlies off. That shouldn't matter because it's part of the fleet. We're gonna reload. Maybe the script, it used Q, not E. We can try it. Why not? I'll check the sensor. If you guys think the sensor friendly thing is a problem, it shouldn't be, but we'll check it. Use Q to undock. Oh, first sensor. I don't think that's it though. I think. Oh, the sensor's not even properly set up on this. That's why. So we're not gonna mess with the sensor at all. We don't need the sensor to give orders to the fleet. It's only for detecting enemy targets. So, Q to select. You guys are saying use Q to undock. I'm gonna use Q. Oh, it worked, you're right. It just started counting down. Let's see. I clicked once. Is it only gonna launch one fighter? It is. Look at it go. It totally worked. So don't hit. You're gonna use E to tell ships where to go, except for when you're telling them to undock. Don't hit E, it flips the shit. Hit Q. Shack, when controlling the control block on the hotbar on number 1, order to get all the fighters back, including docking ones, to go to the command ship. What? KO, you have to explain that. But it launched! He's ready to go. Let's try... I shouldn't actually have to switch. I can just do... No, I need to switch back, so I need to see it. So, we click this guy. And we hit Q, and we go... Q, Q, and it actually counts it down. We switch back. Ah, look at it go! Launch all fighters, prepare for combat. I bet if it wasn't such a tight fit, it would launch a hell of a lot faster. It's okay though. I'll take slow launches as long as they work. Look at that thing, it's so good. All right, let's fix the sensor real fast so it actually detects the enemy. So remember, you've got to change the sensor to read this RFC sensor. Once you know how to do this and you know all the little quirks, this should be so easy to set up. Boop. There we go. Sensors confirmed. Now we gotta turn... we'll just leave it on large ships. We'll detect asteroids. Yeah, we can leave that on. Detect neutrals. Detect enemies is what we really want. We need to max out all the ranges, which we've done. Okay. David Williams, thank you for the $5 donation, says, fighter brawl to test maneuverability sounds like a good test after the ISD attack. Also, take my money, rather you have it than the cable company. Oh.
You know what's going on?
Don't even get me started on ISPs and cable companies. Just don't do it. Okay, we are ready to give the order. Now, we gotta zoom in so we can see who's where, because it's like underneath our ships. I'm worried. Oh, you can give the follow command. Oh, that's cool. I'm worried if I give the carrier the order to attack, the Y-wings are so slow that the carrier will run them over. That may very well be a thing. So let's zoom in as much as we can. Let's see if we can select. How do you change the axis? Let's see. Q and E to interact with the menu. Can you change the axis? I don't see a command on here. Number 1 on the remote control toolbar is for recalling all ships to formation and follow main control vessel. Oh, that is awesome. Seriously? We'll mess with that later. There's some more complex shortcut keys that apparently you can have. Mr. Wikipedia says. Let's see if we can grab... I have a feeling I'm going to regret this. Let's grab a save. Now let's order you guys to go... Let's see that we're detecting our enemy. We are. Let's see what happens. It says attack. Hold down E. The order is given.
You know what's
Some of
going
you
on?
guys aren't so bright.
Maybe it's another drill.
They wanted to go up and engage. Their first idea was, let's go straight up. Do I have a camera on the top? I do have a camera on the top. You guys kind of whipped around a little weird. And what are you up to? I gave you the order to move in. Oh, are you trying to get into some type of formation and this ship's just weirdly shaped? I want to give just the Squadron the order to move in, but they're a little too compact at the moment. So see if I can like individual select them. I gave one order. All right, let's see what happens. What buried itself into the wall? All right, just get out of my face, carrier. Get rid of the carrier, and let's see what they do without the carrier in the way. So you're probably missing some of your bits. You're missing your entire front end. But one of them, now that the carrier is out of the way and it can actually move, yeah, I guess you'd have to redesign your carrier ship just to make sure it'll fit. The cockpit's missing. But he's inbound. Let's see if he's got a weapon. Nope. Oh, it does. The turret's firing. And it's like flying over. Do we have any other Y-Wings that have tried to make it? Whoa! Here we go. Is it because I copy-pasted you in? And you're just missing your whole front end. He crashed into the side of it. All right, let's reload. I want to see the combat tactic here. So we're gonna... One of them was firing like it was in range. One of them ran to the target and fired and then crashed into it. So that's a little weird. Could be the lack of maneuverability again. Like I said, these Y-Wings can't really maneuver very well, so they could be crashing into it. It's one of the warnings that the guy had was I have a lot of braking thrust for the mod. What happens if you tell a carrier full of fighters to engage a target? Did I refix? Is this still saved with the sensor? Did I not save? Yeah, this is saved. So we're gonna grab the carrier with its 3 fighters, locate the target. There it is. Yeah, maybe an upwards facing camera. That's a good idea. Before we give this order, let's do that real fast. Oh, you guys have already launched. This is a save after you've launched. Do you? Yeah, it's got a camera back here. We'll give it another one. The more cameras, somebody said in chat, the better she'll fly. So this could take a little bit of experimenting. Now, for this test, I only want to test it without the carrier. I want to see the Squadron go in. So let's grab a save, call this save 3. Okay. Back of the chair. Command bridge. Where's our Y-Wings? They should be up here, right? 1, 2, 3. There they are. Okay, please use the rockets. That would be so cool. Attack. Squadron's away. They're still sticking like right next to each other too. Look at that thing go. I mean, this right here is just great for cinematics. Okay, firing range. She's fired rockets! It is using its forward firing weapons. Beautiful. And it's not just firing at like the antenna, it's actually going in. They just did their like attack run. Oh! The turret's still firing. I don't know what they're shooting rockets at. And there's that poor braking thrust. So they're all coming to a stop, and then they're making their attack run. So let's see if any of them ram it. Nobody rammed it this time. Maybe that was just a broken thruster or something last time. So here they go. They're within 700 meters, and that's when they start firing. They're not super accurate. But they're firing. Oh! Look at them go! They haven't rammed it either. Bombing the shit out of this thing. if they were more maneuverable, I bet they could stick those rockets a lot better. Now I want to give... Oh man, I want to get a cruiser moving, and I want to see a cruiser attack this thing and see how well that thing flies. Oh, did she just blow herself up? No, rockets are flying out. Y-wings on an attack run. Oh, right over the bridge. Look at them go. That's awesome. So if you're just joining us, we've got AI like RTS controls. That it works pretty well. Just the ability to dock your ships with an AI is pretty great. Through an LCD like tactical screen. You guys would have been blown out of the sky by this ship if I turned the weapons on though. It's made out of heavy armor. So they're barely denting it. Oh, they got some damage on it. Nice. Well, let's give them orders to return. Return back to base, Squadron. Zoom out. Everyone report back here. So we'll grab them up. Come back here. Come off the starboard side. I like where your head's at, but come back to base. Whoa, too far. Where'd he go? Totally lost him. There he is. How far are you gonna drift? Really far. Its braking thrust is crap. The AI core on the back looks so derpy. Oh man, gotta build that into the hull. And there he goes, he's just passing by. Return to base. Checking the strategy map, all 3 fighters are coming back. I should be able to see them now. Get out of the chair. There they are. Cool. I can dig that. Try to build a Venator and a bunch of arcs. Well, we're just testing it out. I mean, it could be any ship. If you could dock fighters in it, you can build anything, it looks like. The more maneuverable the ship is, the easier these fighters will have navigating the world space without crashing into stuff, because they'll be able to make their adjustments. Like I just told them to come over here, and it looks like we just mosey on over. You guys didn't crash into the target, which is impressive. I can't even say pilots that I played at multiplayer could keep from doing that half the time. Nice. I wonder if the script operates in a way that you can have multiple factions using the script fighting each other. So if like me and Wasted or somebody jumped on, me and Tex jumped on here and sent a couple of TIE fighters at each other and like some Z95s or whatever, you know, whatever build we wanted or custom builds, would they dogfight it out? Put more cameras on them, spawn more, and increase the maneuverability, please. Well, why don't we just grab something that's a bit more maneuverable? Than old Y-Wing. That's probably the way to do it. If we're gonna put something more maneuverable in, let's put in like, the A-Wing's not bad. It's mostly hydrogen thrust in every direction, so that would work. I think that would work really well. Let me grab the core. Shit. The core is like floated away. We're gonna get rid of you. Spawned in another one. What was it called? Command. So for all you guys that want to try this out, you're gonna get a brief like tutorial how to do it. You subscribe to it, which is on the Warfront page right now. There's also a link in the description below. Once you've subscribed to it, you've got to go into a creative world. I recommend messing with it in creative first before you go into survival and try and mess with this, because you definitely want to understand how it works. Paste it in. paste in the blueprint that you've just subscribed to. It will be a blueprint. It's not technically like a downloaded mod that you'd get, like an average mod. It's actually just a blueprint that automatically runs a script for you. Paste this platform in, and this will have all of the control modules to identify what part of what is your fleet. This is the main one you're gonna need, the central command software, which lets you command everything. Just cut that sucker off of there, slap it to your command ship, and then start identifying the rest of your fleet. It's pretty cool. He's got a guide on how to do it too. And I've also already done it at the beginning of the stream, so you can kind of see how I did it. Let's make some A-Wigs and make something a little bit more maneuverable. And I think a frigate, and see how well one of, like a larger ship behaves as you give it orders to attack. Like maybe we'll make a cruiser and tell the cruiser to attack the target. That could be fun. First though, something a little bit more maneuverable. So come with me, Interceptor Core. I need you. Please don't float away this time, that would be lovely. What's the most maneuverable? Could do TIE Fighter. Ooh, I wonder how this would react to the hydrogen thrust multiplication mod. Probably too much thrust, probably kill itself. Ba, 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 da, da, da. Let's see, A-Wing, let's just do that. Which is which? See how maneuverable this sucker is. See, it's already got the connector on the bottom too, so we don't have to add that. All we need to add is a turret, which will be really weird on this tiny little fighter. We need a turret. And that should be it. Turret and a camera. She needs a turret and a camera. I'm gonna slap a turret on this thing. Okay. Can I slap it on the... Ah, shit. I missed. Sure, that's gonna work. So paranoid. Don't shoot at neutrals. Okay. And then you need a camera to make that work, which we'll slap one on right here. Apparently the more cameras you have, the more accurate it is to fly through the AI, so we'll put some more on. So you guys say, I'm not convinced. Check, have a hammerhead ram the ISD. We could do that. That wouldn't really do us any good for the testing purposes of this mod, which was test the AI for this. And the last thing we're gonna need is the command module. We gotta slap this sucker on there somewhere. This is gonna be some horrific amalgamation of parts. Oh God, where can I stick you? Is this one of those ships where if I remove... Yeah, let's try it. We'll just make a copy. If I remove the cockpit, are you gonna fall apart? You didn't! Sorta. That was extra pieces. We don't need that. So here's the AI command module. Grab you. Oh, there's a bunch of floating parts. Those are extra, right? I don't really know. Is there like half the ship floating away now? Nope. We're good. Cool beans. There we go. Command module. Can I stick this in here? I can. Test ship. It's a test ship. Don't judge me. Delete that. Let's delete that. Make it a scrap ship. And we should have a bit more luck. Do we want to slap on any more thrust to make this brake a little bit better? Probably a good idea. Sure, sure. Yeah, that's legit. So we have a new squadron. And if everything is set up properly, which I have every faith it is, sure. Let's see if we've got a new squadron. We do have a new squadron on the board. We're just zoomed out too much. Let's see if we can grab them. And give them orders to move out. Spectator camera, I need you. What the shit? Why did something just explode? Why? What did you do? What did you do? Why did you do that? Ah, that's not good. That is not part of the plan. Oh, crap. I think my plan has gone awry. My plan has gone awry. All right. I gave you guys orders to move out. One of you decided, yeah, I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna ram myself into that wall. You're in the middle of space and you still managed to ram yourself into a wall. Screw it, I'm gonna just tell them all to go over. Go, and you have to like drag from top down or they don't get selected. So just go over there. Just go shoot stuff. What am I missing with you? You've got your... Where are you going? It's so confused. I'm actually just gonna go over here. Oh, they're both moving now. What is this AI doing? You didn't put a forward camera. Did I not? My fault. Yeah, I did. It's right there. Forward camera is the first thing I put down. It's right up there. But I'll put it even farther forward. We'll get rid of some of these extra cameras. Maybe just get rid of all these extra cameras. Maybe that's like confusing it. Let's see. Because my earlier test seemed fine. Okay. Into the chair, control, grab all the things, give the order to all the things to move. Just move forward. There they go. Oh, I gave them an order and they formed up with the Y-wings. And now they're all moving in together as one big formation. Oh, that is cool. That's what they were doing. They were forming up. They were forming up with, because I grabbed everybody, so it formed up with the rest of the fleet, and now they're all going in. And they're going in toward like the slowest of the group, which would be the Y-wings. I love it. Oh, I love it. Aiming squadron reporting in. And it'll start making its attack run. Slowly figuring it out. And then they moved into position because I didn't give them the order to attack. I just told them to move forward. Then they got into formation. Then they moved to the location. Neat, very neat. All right. So before we send them in to go attack the Star Destroyer like we did earlier, let's go for something a little bit bigger. Let's test out. What should we test out, guys? We should do something large. Another hammerhead? I'm gonna have to take it away from the battle, but we could spawn in another hammerhead, make it part of the fleet. Let's put it out of firing range, so about 1,000 kilometers away back here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go crazy. Probably gonna break the server. Recon, or the map. Not recon, hammerhead. It's got tons of turrets. The turrets are set to fire at neutrals though, so it'll shoot at all kinds of stuff. That's why I moved it away. And there we go. I don't know what kind of thrust this ship has on it, so we'll find out. So we've got our ship. So this is how you identify a ship. So we've got our ship. We're gonna call this a cruiser, so it fights with like a brawler kind of mentality. It gets in close. I think that's what the cruiser's for. Let's read that. Because the frigates are all like heavy missile frigate and gravity frigates, and hey, your platform is running away from you. Now it's sliding away from you. God, thrust in every direction. All right. But if we go to cruiser, where is it? There we go. The RFC, that's carrier, cruiser. It says, the cruiser is the big guns of the fleet. Powerful operation and stable motion facilitate any number of PMW turret scripts with a focus on defensive operations. Ooh. The cruiser adopts a more static behavior, allowing the large guns to get onto a target. Use in small numbers or defensive line. Paste this module onto a ship. Ensure ship has connector, turret, and camera. So it has to have a connector, a turret, and a camera. So they do have to have a connector. Okay. I still have to own this ship too. Let's do that real quick. So we can teleport over. Grab ownership of the entire vessel. Swing all the way back over here because we forgot to grab the actual core now that we have it. So we detach the core. Boop. Copy pasta. Let's just do it. There we go. Let's do it like this. You're gonna get... All right, it's fine. We're gonna slap it on the back here, just like we did the command module. Normally, you'd have this armored. My disclaimer, we're just testing stuff, so don't freak out. There we go. Cruiser, antenna's facing backwards. So that's on board. Let's put a connector on it. I don't know why we'd want to put a connector. I don't know, like it just says make sure it has a connector. So I'm just gonna put a connector on the bottom. It should already have lots of connectors. It does need turrets. It's got plenty of turrets. It does need cameras though, so we're gonna add some cameras. Such a cool mod. So, rotate, camera there, putting all the cameras in front of it, camera on the left-hand side, camera on the right-hand side. We'll make a save beforehand. Cameras down here too, so the script can keep like searching for stuff. Oh, I don't want 2 of those. Don't add any more than we have to. I don't even know what the primary drive is on this thing, so that'll be interesting to see.
You know what's going on?
All right.
Maybe it's another drill.
I think we're good. I think we're ready to give this sucker orders. Oh, with turrets. It had turrets. What else do we need to give it? Turrets, cameras. Clue by 4 says Saturday. Thank you for the $2 donation, by the way. Says Saturday Space Engineer stream. Yep. We did a Saturday Stellaris stream this morning. And now we're testing out an awesome RTS mod. So I thought, you know what? Instead of me just testing it, why don't I jump on with you guys, test it, and chat with you. Hang out and have a good time. Ethan, thank you for the $10 donations. Hey, Shaq. Took my 15-minute break. Glad I caught you. So when is the next group survival episode coming? As soon as we have a chance to sit down, record, and get it edited. We were trying to do it a couple Mondays back, and we're still having just issues getting connected because everybody's all over the world. So that ship should be good to go. Battle stations. Time to give this thing orders. Time to order this sucker to attack. I think I'm gonna order it by itself without the squadron. Let's grab a save. Order it in by itself. I wonder, I doubt this works in atmosphere, but I wonder if he'll make one that does. One of these AI command scripts. That'd be really cool. Let's back into the chair. Take command. Let's, oh, there it is. That's the ship. There's the cruiser. Cruiser. We have 1 cruiser and 5 fighters at our command. I'm gonna give the order to engage. Let's see what happens. She's moving. Oh, are you gonna fly in ass backwards? Did I put it on the wrong, did I point it the wrong direction? I don't know what she's doing. She might be turning around. She's turning around. Because I was assuming that the antenna pointed backwards. Oh, the Hammerhead's such a cool looking ship, Bard. It really is. And this is Blinky's version of it. Pretty great. I'm not sure what it's doing. I don't know what like operational range this thing fires at, or what kind of weapons it expects to have. kind of curious, like, what... Does it have a description of weapon ranges for this? Maybe I'm using the wrong core. Set up drones, set up command center. We did that already, which all works. Turret-based UI we haven't messed around with. We have the enemy showing up. Can the ship use jump drives? No. In-game API does not allow for jump drive access. For you guys who were asking, can drones use modded weapons and thrusters? You bet. Go nuts with them. They should all work properly. Cool. I mean, part of me's like, is there not enough thrust? But knowing Blinky, this thing should be nothing but thrust. Like, all the hydrogen tanks. All of the thrusters on the interior of this thing, because that's how he does. Kind of see him behind the curtain here. So there should be plenty of thrust. I'm gonna give it another order. I'm gonna tell it to go in again. So, you. Attack. The fighters will do it. That cruiser's like, I'm out. Camera needed on top. All right, let's get some more cameras on it. Let's check to see if I've messed up the camera sections. I didn't put a camera up here. I thought I did. Apparently not. This one does have a camera on the bottom though. It's got cameras on the sides. I can put cameras on everything. Oh, those are considered half blocks. That's why I can't place those there. We've got cameras on the bottom now. Engage, cruiser. Not sure where you think you're going. You might have missed cameras on one of its sides. I don't think so. Those are cameras, those are cameras. There's a camera in the front, there's a camera on the sides. There's a connector for, because it required that. And it's got turrets. It's got turrets all over the place. It's got turrets for days. Let me read what it says again. So, the cruiser is the big guns, blah, 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 cruisers. Paste this module onto a ship, ensure the ship has connectors, turrets, and a camera. Okay. I can put a sensor on it, but it doesn't request a sensor. Where'd it go? Where'd it get to? Let's check it. Let's go on board and see if, like, everything's turned on. So, we'll pop in. Whoa! What the shit? I just got on board. It's like, you know what would be fun? Following orders now. Or freaking out. Let's get outside the ship. Shack, you put the antenna on backwards. I mean, even if I did, it would fly in backwards. It would identify the ship as being that away, and it would just go. It seems that is not the case. Because it wouldn't know any better, so it would fly butt first. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, I don't understand why it would not fly.
Maybe it's another drill.
Or maybe it's just bugged out. We'll get rid of this one. We'll get rid of this one, and we'll put it in a different ship. Maybe there's something weird with the ship. So, back to base. Let's try that again. Got the fighter squadron to form up. Let's try. Check camera. You should place the antenna near the center of mass. Yeah, we could try that. The ship looked really confused. It was just so confused. So there's the command ship. Let's grab another ship and try it again. What do we want to try? What do we want to give orders to and see if it'll follow them? Oh man, if I had some of my older builds on the other PC, that'd be so much better. And some of mine are modded builds. No, it's on the other PC too, damn. All the ones I want to try. Some of them are just too big as well. Well, I should have access to some of my old blueprints. That was the old Arquintans. That would work too. Shouldn't make a difference though. The old stubborn frigate. Let's grab that. I did not make this, by the way. This is one of those builds that were on the workshop. We used this for something. I can't remember what it was. I'm pacing it farther away just to be on the safe side that the turrets aren't going to go crazy. And we'll be real careful with how we place the cameras. We'll try to get one on every side. Let's go ahead and own everything. Okay, everything is already owned by me. We'll also give it a different core module. Give it like a frigate module and see what happens. That might be better. So since we own this, we can move it closer. What the heck, Shack? What do you want me to do? That seemed to be how it was acting. I want you to go attack that Star Destroyer. That's what I want. This thing's got a handful of weapons on it. It's got 2 turrets on the top and a couple turrets on the side. Let's give it a core module, and we'll give it... Let's see. Grav cannon. Let's see. Grav cannon is a strong siege ship for long-range engagements, static and slow-moving, powerful yet cheap to operate. It fixes a gravity cannon of your own design towards the target. Shoots at 4,000 meters. That's not going to work. Heavy missile frigate is dynamic. Shoots at 4,000 meters. That's not what I'm looking for either. The frigate. Powerful vessel, focusing on powerful support. Frigate engages at 1,000 meters and uses sequence weapons fire to eradicate enemy targets. Aiming to drive holes in key locations, used in large numbers with high focus on directional firepower and mobility. 1,000 meters, that's a bit out of range for the normal turrets, isn't it? All right, we'll just try the general frigate. We'll grab you. Come with me. Where am I gonna put you? I can't put you on center of mass, can I? Dun-dun-dun-dun. Looks like a space version of the narwhal. All right, you're center now. I still think the antenna is facing the right direction. We're gonna find out. If this doesn't work, we'll flip it around. So yours should be good. Let's get a camera on board. I'm only gonna put 1 camera on, and we'll test it with 1 before we go crazy. So we're gonna remove this. You know what? No, we're not gonna remove this. We're gonna get rid of this 1 light, and we're gonna put a camera up here. There we go. Camera's placed. It's got turrets. All is well with the world. Let's see what happens. Hey, William White. Welcome to the stream. We need the command ship. Oh yeah, we're not loading the Skyforge into this map. It's too modded, and this is a vanilla map. -1 single mod. We are picking up the ship. That's good. Command mode. So this should be it. I'm giving it the order. It's moving. Maybe that other ship was just too complex, or I just screwed up the setup. Because look at her, she's going right in. A couple of turrets. Now, what's your, I don't know what your combat range is. It's supposed to be 1,000. So you just gonna sit at 1,000, or are you gonna go in at 1,000? Like fire and try to stay at that range. Turret range is about 700 meters. She's going right in, no problem. Oh man. Oh, I didn't save. Copy it, just in case. I got a copy. Look at that. It stopped at 400 meters, didn't engage. What are your presets in the turrets? Boop. Helps to know what your ship's combat settings are.
You know what's going on?
Don't mind me, Star Destroyer. I'm just staring at you. Tobias, thank you so much for the donation and the support. I appreciate it, really do. So the turret's on. So if the turrets were actually on, this is what it would have done. And as soon as the turrets came on, notice it's starting to like circle strafe. Is it using, it is, forward firing missile launchers to great effect. F you, Star Destroyer. Can't let it attack on its own. That's what we gotta do. Let's get the fighters over there. And surprisingly, the server, totally fine. Like the map isn't freaking out at all. On board the capital ship. Get on the command ship. I think I need to make my own, like vanilla, very simple vanilla command ship that's a very hammerhead style design. Anyways, focus. Grab the fleet. He needs fighter support. Make sure they move, because I gave the order. I'm gonna order you all to attack. They're moving. The fighters are going in. The fighters are engaging. Why? A-wings have already taken point. It's still attacking. They're like coming in above. You guys gonna break and engage? There they go. There they go. It's running perfectly fine too. Get up, Y-Wings! Oh, that's so good. This mod is crazy. Incoming! Let's run into the fire. Oh, I'll pull up the sim speed so you guys can see it. There you go, look at that sim speed. While being just wrecked by like a strike and then a bunch of fighters all flying around, operating on their own. I'll turn on the UI so you can see the fighters coming in. So there's a fighter right there. There's one of the A-wings. There's one of the Y-wings. They're doing a little bit of turret fire and then they'll make an attack run and they'll actually shoot, rockets. Oh, this is good. The rockets coming from the Y-wings. I think the Star Destroyer's got hull breaches on all decks. Epic, epic. Gotta check something real quick. Let's see how much is this using? Get some music going too, because I don't know why that got so quiet. So, very cool, very cool. Back into the game. There we go. Sorta. I can't get rid of my mouse. What the hell's going on? Oh, it's like totally flipping out. My mouse is like stuck on the screen. All right. It works though. It totally works. It's very confused. And that's Space Engineers freaking out right now. I can't, I'm gonna have to close the game. All right, so far what we've discovered is if the ship is relatively simple, it doesn't seem to have a problem. I don't know what was going on with the hammerheads. Those were freaking out. But overall, working really well.
Now give me the beat.
I had 3 start the game, so just give me a second, guys. My alt tabbing totally barked it up. If they would implement a feature like this, once they get the game really running well, so you can command a group of your fighters. So instead of using like the amount of blocks that you're allowed to build with, instead of building just one ship, you could build a handful of ships. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. Mod works pretty well though. Let's load up. Let's load up this one. And I want to mess around with the docking procedures again. I want to try it on a non-carrier ship, like a blockade runner or something that where they would attach to the hull, and don't use as many LCDs, and see how the autopilot works, how well it works. So, yay, donation. Oh my God, it's a trap. Run, Star, run. Thank you, Cody, for the donation. Appreciate it. Come on, Space Engineers. And we're in. Yeah, I think it's my camera placement that messed this thing up. Let's just get rid of you. So we're gonna work on docking and see how well it works. Have an ISD go against the fleet. Gotta build a fleet up that works properly right now. The command ship works really well. Let's pull out. Can you have docking on a command ship? I wonder. I think you have to manually do everything on the command ship. I think it's everything else that you add to the fleet. So let's, oh, I know what we'll do. There is actually, let's just use a blockade runner. The simplistic one. Where's the super simple one? I think this is it. I want to see how many LCDs we can get away with. Can you get these to dock properly? This could be really cool. So we'll grab the Tantive 4, the blockade runner. That'll be a perfect example. Oh, now I want to build ships that are like meant for carrying fighters that I could launch. The options that this opens up. The Nebula B could work, but it's a beast. I don't want it to wreck the server. Speaking of beasts, this is the wrong version of this. This thing is too much. It's like CR90? It's a Gazanti, that's not gonna work.
You know what's going on? Maybe it's another drill.
No? The Tartan. There it is. The older one. Maybe deployable Junkrats, gunships for the Skyforge with this Morta in the future. That would be cool. I could see that. I could see like little fighters to pop out of it. What we'll do, first I want to see if the docking works on this, and then, oh man, I want to see like, how can we set it up so we can have more fighters, more interesting ways. Please don't blast everything when I spawn you in. Nothing's dead yet. Are you owned by me? No, you're not. You're just not set to fire at neutrals, are you? Good, as it should be. No, you are set to target neutrals. Turn that off. All right, so in the cannon, these things can have multiple fighters. This may need some adjustment to make this work. So let's get rid of, just to save us some headache, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of these two. Can I just remove you? There. Let's get rid of this middle block. Let's do a connector in the center. We're gonna set up an auto docking system for the fighters. Conveyor junction right here. Get rid of this vent. That's weird. All right, put a conveyor there. Let's put a connector on here. This is gonna be where the dock actually is. Let's grab some LCDs, because that's how we draw our line to it. 5. Boom, and they have to be level with it. I want them to launch and come in this way. So let's get rid of this. LCDs. This is probably my favorite feature. Now, this should work. That should be all I need. And this will now act as a docking section. Let's do a test. We need something to dock. I'm gonna steal one of you guys. One of you swanky fighters over here. Give me one of the A-Wings. That's what we always see in Rebels, right? Zoom over here. You'll be the one dot behind us. Yeah. Yeah. So the plan is, have this A-Wing line up and dock at this port. So we've got to identify the ship. The ship is definitely frigate. Yeah, the way that frigate operated, I'm gonna go with frigate. Oh shit, I'm crashing into stuff. There's the base frigate. Let's grab the AI core. Slap this on here somewhere. Doesn't really matter where. Thank you, mods. You're doing what you do. We're just gonna rip the roof off of this. Because that's what we do. Let's get rid of this med bay. Just need a flat space to build these. Perfect. It's just like spazzing out right now. I just hear it. What are you doing to my ship? I'm tearing it apart to test stuff, man. I am totally not able to put this in the center, am I? All that for nothing. If I get rid of these lights, it would work. Sorry, tearing apart your ship some more. Oops. That'll buff right out. It's fine. We're all fine here. Oop, that was it too. Boom, there we go. You are now designated a cruiser with the roof missing, but that's okay. It's a convertible. So, or a frigate. We've designated this a frigate. You should be on the list. I should be able to give that A-Wing orders to dock, and let's see if it lines up properly and docks with that side port. Oh man, I want like Junkerheads on my ship that I can just launch and go have them piss off people, or little crappy drones that I can send off in waves that auto-build themselves. Oh, that could be fun. All right, all kinds of fun stuff you can do this. No, you're the wrong one. Because you're too close to the enemy. That's the squadron too close. Let's zoom out. No, you're the right one. There you are. There's our one A-Wing. Why are you red? Yeah, why is the ship next to us red? It says attack. Don't attack that. Oh, crap. Okay, let's check it. Check ownership. Control panel, all objects. I just got my everything is fine shirt. Thanks, Shaq. Snow Fox. I hope you like that shirt. We're gonna jump into here and we're gonna reset it. It's coming up as an enemy ship for some reason. I can tell that A-Wing to attack it, not to dock at it. So, RF frigate. We're gonna recompile you. No cameras found. Ha-ha! I am just bad at following directions. All right, I'll give you your camera. I'll give you your damn camera. Boom, one camera, it's all you're getting. So we can set up the docking procedure. Tell me what you can't see now. It's ready. We're online, heading back over to the command ship. So, it's coming up as a cruiser now. All right, let's zoom back in. Oh no, you're still coming up red. Something's coming up red. I'm not quite sure what it is. Let's select our fighter. We can still tell it to attack. What do you guys think it is? It's like attack, but yet there's a something in the middle of it. I kind of want to give it orders to move and see what happens. Let's save. It's got turrets. It's got... Still coming up red. But with something in the middle of it that's like, no, we're not actually hostile to you. I wonder if there's like a floating bit in there. It's totally accepted the order. That blockade runner's peacing out. I can order it, and I can attack it. That's weird. Why would you show up as a hostile and as a friendly? Oh, there may be another ship in it. No, it's empty. I can look inside the docking bays. I don't think there's any other docking bays in this, just that one. He didn't do anything weird with multi-grids, did he? No. Yes, he did. He did some weird shenanigans with multi-grids to get the turrets to work, I think. Yeah, that's what these are. That's why. Okay, so every problem that I've had in this has been... Okay, so the Hammerhead has a jump drive. Well, it's not a big deal. Why would it be? Every issue that I've had in this has been because the ship is set up in a strange way. Here's the strange thing about this particular build from Blinky. It's kind of cool. It's how he has these silos here. You can get rid of these. They're on rotors for some reason. See? Yeah, it's on a rotor. I don't particularly know why it's on a rotor or a merge block. Oh, is this supposed to be an escape pod? Yeah, I think this is supposed to be an escape pod. I'm not 100% sure why. I should probably delete that instead of just letting it fly off into space. But I guess it makes sense for what it's supposed to be. But let's just get rid of you guys, because I think you're causing issues where it sees multiple grids and it's like, what is going on with this grid? So now we're gonna remove those extra multiple grids. That should fix the problem. Right? Right? You guys are good? Think we're good here? And I bet now it doesn't come up all weird like. Just removing all the parts. Just stripping the ship. It's fine. Everything's fine here. What does it look like on the command menu now? Oh look, it's blue now and not strange and weird. Okay. A-Wing. You've got one job. Go dock. Okay. Just get me out of the seat for a second. Where's that damn A-Wing? There he goes. There he goes. A-Wing's moving out. All this to test the docking functionality again. I want to build so many ships now that have this in mind. Okay, so it passed the ship. But it's lined up with it. It's working. It's totally gonna work. The idea is that it docks up right where it's supposed to, right here. And the LCDs point out where it's supposed to go. God, that system is so simple. An AI docking system that just works. And if I owned both of these ships properly, I probably don't own the A-Wings, it would have docked without an issue. Let's check this and see if it's just I don't own it. I don't own it. Yep, that was what it was. Cool. That is cool. Straight up. I don't think it's so much the multiple grids so much as the ownership. That could be it too. It was seeing them as owned by a hostile or neutral entity. That might have been what was going on. Malikan. It just auto-piloted that ship and docked it. You could make, with this simple script, or simple setup, you could make any carrier you could think of, it seems like, and just have an AI dock your fighters and launch your fighters for you. That is cool. Awesome. All right, so that's gonna wrap up today's stream because my throat is just dead. But I've got a bunch of builds now that I want to try with this, and I want to be able to launch fighters and have like missile launching cruisers and stuff. And really, I want them to make them fairly simple, like using vanilla blocks. Don't go too crazy, so I can have a lot of them, so we can have some cool like fleet battles. I think that'd be amazing. That's just epic. Well, the most impressive thing to me is that LCD screen. I mean, can you imagine what effort this must have taken to make? Let's go back over to it. Like, I'm gonna order everything to attack the Star Destroyer. And just the idea that I can get into a seat on a text panel, take command of it, I can actually change the zoom, and it represents everything visually. I can drag select and order everything to go attack. And they start forming up, and they're gonna form up. They're not gonna just go in like a bunch of assholes. They're actually gonna form up with the command ship before anybody moves. Look at that. I thought they were bugged last time I did this. It's like, why are they going the wrong way? No, they're actually forming up with the blockade runner before they move in. And I think I'm only scratching the surface of the functionality of the script. So now that you guys are lined up, they're gonna continue to line up. Impressive. Most impressive. They're a little upside down, but that's okay. Still getting in formation. They're sticklers. They've got to be perfect. Let's see what they do. Once they're all in formation, let's see if they burn hard toward the enemy. Or if I need to give the order again. Because last time I think they just like got into formation and they didn't move. So they've lined up. They're ready to go. 2 A wings, 3 A Y wings, and a blockade runner. Boom, boom, boom. Give it a few more seconds. Maybe one of them's drifting. All right, let's give them another order. So they've formed up. Attack command given. Try again. Select all. Hold it this time. There they go. Yeah, I tried twice. There they go. Will the A-Wing launch? I don't know, actually. Will the A-Wing launch, or will they just move in? On the carrier, I bet there's a script. Like it's built into the script to launch all fighters if it's told to attack. Maybe. I could be wrong. That might be something you have to do manually. But no, the A-Wing is staying locked up. The Y-Wings are beginning their attack run. They are going in. They are getting run over by their own command ship because this thing has more thrust than they do. That one A-Wing got run over. Its turret's firing, though. So that's a thing. They're fired for the bridge. Teleport over here. All hands, abandon ship. Let's see if this is set up. All hands. Oh, it's a setup. Yeah. That's not a big thing. It's a setup. We're under attack. Blockade runner that's like shelling the crap out of us. And a bunch of Y-Wings. Oh, that's lovely. Run over the window. Oh, it's so cool. You lost the poor Y-Wing. Yeah, one of the A-Wings got like eaten by the blockade runner. If you look at the thrust on it, it's gone. So that's something I think you've got to design your fleet around is don't make your frigates faster than your fighters. It's sitting at what? 600 meters, just rotating so the turrets all get a shot. Now I kind of wish I had the jump drive explosion mod, just so we'd have like an epic explosion ending. That heavy armor can take a beating though. Look at that. I don't know what it's prioritizing for attack targets. Ship systems, obviously, but who knows what. Oh, you know what we should do? While this attack's going on, let's launch that one A-Wing. Because we can. It's actually running really well, too. That's an asteroid, not that A-Wing. We need the command vessel. Command vessel. Teleport. We're gonna launch in the middle of combat. This is probably something you should not be doing.
You know what's going on? Maybe it's another girl.
Select you. Select the launch button. There we go. Oh, I didn't have a camera ready. Did you launch? Yeah, he did launch, but he doesn't have orders. I've given you orders to launch while in combat. Are you gonna go and attack? Or are you gonna just like hang out? Blue Phoenix, thank you so much for the donation. It says, hi, Shaq, just got here, what'd I miss? Well, we are testing out a RTS strategy controlling a fleet mod, which is what you just saw me do, which is launch this fighter right here. If we go back to the command interface, it lets you designate ship classes and then tell them to attack, form up, fly in formation. What else can they do? They can auto dock. You can designate docking zones and the path to those docking zones with LCDs. It's super easy to use. We could actually watch this battle from this LCD screen right here. And if this was a properly set up bridge, I would have like windows in front of me, the LCD in the middle, so I could watch the battle and watch the battle at the same time. Right now, for testing purposes, we're on the butt end of a Hammerhead gunship, so that's kind of a thing. But our new A-Wing, let's just grab everybody. This is why this one's so cool. Grab everybody and make sure that everyone is on the attack target. Actually, no. Let's give them all orders to return to base. I'm gonna just tell them to go right to us. Let's see if they run into us. Turn back to base. RTB. See if they're pulling away, if I have to give them the order again. Sometimes you gotta give them the order a couple of times, it would seem. Oh, no. That blockade runner's got so much thrust, it's like, yep, okay, coming back. No problem. Are you smart? I told you to come right back to my location, so you're gonna, oh yeah. Oh, it's coming back to my location. I'm just following orders, sir. It seemed like a stupid order, but whatever. Don't order your ships to come to your position. Or that happens. Oh God, here comes the Y-Wings. Welcome back. Welcome back to base. I think it was trying to stop too. It just doesn't have the thrust. Everything's forward. RTB, ram the base. I guess that is now. It's supposed to be return to base. All right, guys, you enjoyed this mod spotlight. You want to see more of these kind of like hangout and test mods deals? Let me know in the comments of this video. If you guys could hit that thumbs up button for me, that would do me a great favor. That's more people find the channel. And yeah, thank you everybody who's donated and subscribed to the channel and supported us. Freaking awesome. Rest in peace, Shack, you terrible commander. I told him to come back to base. He did it. Mission objective complete. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next stream. Later, everybody. Good soldiers follow orders. He followed it right into the bridge.